You know, when Ben Franklin first invented the lightning rod, he didn't actually think it would get hit by lightning. No, really, this is well documented. Based on his experiments with static electric charge and small electrodes, he thought that by placing needle-sharp iron rods at the tops of buildings, that this would actually prevent lightning from happening. Well, that didn't work, but this was a brilliant man, and when he observed that his grounded rods were being struck, but safely conducting the lightning current to ground, he recognized that this was a good thing. But of course, Ben Franklin had no idea how his lightning rods worked, and so his choice of using sharp-tipped rods was completely arbitrary and had no connection whatsoever with the mechanism that he had accidentally stumbled onto. Had Ben Franklin for whatever reason mounted any grounded conducting object like, say, a metal chair or a bicycle frame, they too would have functioned in the exact same way as his lightning rods. In fact, a little bit better. And since nobody understood how these things worked, maybe people would still be going around installing metal chairs and bicycle frames on their roofs today. But even bicycle frames and chairs would be prone to the same kinds of failures, specifically when lightning bypasses the lightning rod and attaches directly to the object to be protected. A most dramatic illustration of this would be when a tall structure is hit well below the top. We now know exactly why and how this happens. You see, in recent years there have been some major developments in our understanding of the physics of electric discharges, and specifically how grounded objects interact with lightning. And it turns out that the worst conceivable shape for a lightning rod just so happens to be, you guessed it, the sharp-tipped rod. And for heights above 6 meters or so, blunt rods, chairs, and bicycle frames wouldn't make any difference. But if you really want to know how lightning rods work, please go to our website and check out the publications section. There you'll find peer-reviewed, published IEEE papers detailing the physics of lightning and modeling of lightning exposure of sharp and blunt rods. But in the simplest terms, you know how if you expose a conducting object to an intense electric field, it'll have a tendency to make like this buzzing noise? Yeah. Well, that buzzing noise is associated with the production of ions. And the more that a lightning rod makes that buzzing noise and produces ions in the minutes and seconds before the lightning strike arrives, the more likely that rod will fail to intercept the strike when it does arrive. This effect is generally known as space charge shielding. And although almost any object can be prone to this effect, particularly when wet, a sharp-tipped lightning rod is prone to this effect under any condition. So much of lightning's seemingly unpredictable behavior and the billions of dollars in associated damages annually are easily explained once this sporadic yet predictable mechanism is fully taken into consideration. Lightning didn't bypass your National Fire Protection Association compliant lightning protection system and attach directly to your assets at random or because lightning is unpredictable. It did so because in the minutes and seconds before the lightning arrived, your NFPA 780 compliant lightning protection system was making that buzzing noise and shielding itself in a small cloud of ions. But of course, it's no easy thing to stop an object from making that buzzing noise when exposed to lightning storm conditions and particularly when wet and installed at the tops of very tall structures. In fact, there's only one known shape that can accomplish this and resist the production of electric discharges under intense electric fields and under intense rain. And this is it. Introducing the world's best lightning rod, the Field Sensitive Air Terminal, or FSAT. It's more attractive.